Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Posi-TIPS with Rachelle, folks. It is great to be back here with you again. I have missed you. I hope your spring is off to a great start. I know mine is. And so folks, I know particularly with what everyone went through with the coronavirus pandemic, 2020 was a rough year. And I really hope your 2021 is off to a wonderful start and you are just rebounding from everything that we all went through last year. And so what I wanted to do was drop in this episode. This is not going to be a multi-part series, but just wanted to drop in this episode just to provide you a little bit of inspiration. A little bit of inspiration and hope in the darkness. So last year was rough. The coronavirus pandemic is still just, people are still losing lives around the world. It's still a very challenging time for many various aspects of life. But so I just wanted to provide some encouragement and hope during this prolonged season of adversity in all of our lives. And so a lot of times inspiration can come from various places. And so, a lot of times people often ask me, okay, Rachelle, you're very inspiring, but who or what inspires you? And I will definitely share, a couple of examples of some inspiration, unexpected inspiration in the first case, actually probably in both cases. And so I'm going to read a letter. I'm going to read a letter that I wrote to a gentleman's family here. This is actually a copy of the signed copy, but I'll just read it and then we'll kind of explain it a little bit, as we move forward. So, March 19th, 2021. Dear Fortenberry family, I offer my sincerest condolences on the recent loss of Gerald. I pray that God will continue to comfort and keep you all during this challenging time. I reside in Michigan, but used to live in Shreveport, Louisiana, folks. My dad, Oscar Smith, is a patient at Fresenius Kings Highway, where Gerald also was. I chatted briefly a few times with Gerald when I picked up my dad in the last year, and Gerald waited on the Sportran shuttle. When my dad called to tell me about his passing, I thought to myself that the clinic and the world in general sure lost a shining star. His positive attitude, despite his physical challenges, were so amazing. I'll always remember the times when I waited in the lobby and patients came out after their treatments. The tech would open the door and Gerald would come cruising through that door with his head held high and a smile on his face. What an inspiration. He always said, "How's everybody doing?" He always greeted people in the lobby. His manners were reflective of your good home training. I realize that there are no words that can adequately console you on your loss. However, I would be remiss not to share what a profound impact his positive attitude and fighting spirit had on others at Fresenius, including random people like myself who waited in the lobby. When I was recently in town for the holidays, I wore a University of Michigan Wolverines hat. He respectfully told me he was a Spartans, Michigan State folks, Michigan State Spartans football fan, including he may be gone. In closing, he may be gone, but he is definitely not forgotten. His legacy of positive resilience in the midst of life's challenges lives on. Thanks for sharing him with the world. He was a bright light in a dark world and a symbol of hope. God bless Rachelle Smith. So, Gerald Fortenberry passed away at the age of 53 in Shreveport, Louisiana. And as the letter alluded to, he was a fellow patient of my dad's Fresenius clinic. And folks, what a positive attitude he had. He was a double amputee. So when I said he was cruising through the door, he was in a motorized wheelchair. So a motorized wheelchair, had a wonderful attitude. And so when you think about, again, just the legacy that he's leaving is one of positive resilience. So you had a man who had been through a lot of challenges in life, and some physical challenges that most of us will never understand or be able to relate to. But with his attitude, just a wonderful attitude. And it's often said we can take two stances in life, regardless of what is going on around us. We can be a victim or we can be a victor. And so I challenge us all in the midst of life's challenges, including the coronavirus pandemic, to be victors, and second, this is actually a book called Rebuilding Sergeant Peck that I bought and I recently concluded this week. And it was very, very inspiring to me. I'm very big on inspirational books. And so this particular instance, Sergeant Peck, a Marine, a retired U.S. Marine, but was injured in Afghanistan. Ultimately, during his first tour of duty in Afghanistan, so he had 2 tours of duty there. First tour of duty, he experienced a traumatic brain injury from an unexpected accident that happened. But then he came back to the States, had therapy and all of that, regained all of his ability to speak and remember things. That all improved, and so then did well and actually got redeployed to Afghanistan again. And so, but then during that time, he stepped on an IED, and so it exploded. It exploded, and he became a quadruple amputee. So this book talks about his tours of duty, his challenging upbringing, his 2 challenging marriages and divorces, but he ultimately did find love. So it did have a happy ending. But his, the challenges that he faced as a Marine, and so it was riveting from beginning to end. And so this is something we don't want to minimize. I don't want to minimize any challenges, adversity, seasons, the valley experiences that any of us may be going through. But this guy, his life and just how he rebounded from it was so inspiring. And I want to, and as we go through our own challenges, I just challenge us all to look through them, look through the lens of optimism and hope, even in the valley of darkness. All right, and so it says here, it's all a part, with page 184, it's all part of the challenges I've had to endure all of my life, especially following both of my blast injuries. I've learned, mostly through all this trauma and pain, to work through them, to take whatever life throws at you and overcome the obstacle. What other choice was there? I could succumb to the terrible life events by simply giving up. I could become that fearful, anxious kid that the mean cop, Adam, could have created. I might go from angry kid to angry adult thanks to my father Mike's abandonment. I could forget the Marines after my first blast, or resign myself to a life as a lonely, pitiful, quadruple amputee. I guess I'm just not wired that way. Through the incredible ups and downs of my life, there's always been that core will that survives, that never gives up no matter the obstacle, that simply will not quit. It's that tenacity and stubbornness that has helped me navigate the tumultuous life I faced. It's a curious thing that even though I've been through hell and back, there is a part of me that is thankful for that experience. I've gone through it all and come out a better person on the other side. At least I hope I did. So folks, what inspiration. Sergeant Peck went through so much, but just even throughout the book, just remained optimistic, hopeful that his life was going to have a good ending. And so I challenge us all, in the spirit of the late Gerald Fortenberry of Shreveport, Louisiana, and Sergeant John Peck, here of a retired U.S. Marine. Let's persevere with positive attitudes. Let's maintain a spirit of hope, even in the midst of darkness, even in the valleys of life. We have decisions to make, all right? We can allow challenges, experiences, health challenges, unexpected life changes and turns of events. They can make us bitter, as it's often said, or better. And the choice is ours. So let's choose to enable these experiences to make us better in life, folks. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. I will be back again with you soon, certainly with another Posi-TIPS episode to encourage you. But until then, remember, I am positively passionate about your hope, happiness, and success. Make it a great